What's going on, people? Darden here, and it is Monday, which means we're going to be doing some Monday morning quarterbacking or game developer, or I don't know. Really haven't come up with a name yet, but we just compiled some of the biggest news of last week and this weekend, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. Start a discourse, things of that nature. I'll let you know what I'm excited about, what I'm not so excited about. You guys get back to me. What are you excited about? What are you not so excited about? What are you looking forward to? What do you think about some of the things that were announced? So this will be a every Monday type of thing. We're just gonna go over all the information that we received over the week and kind of just unpack everything and start over again for the next week. So that's that. Let's get right into it. So Tokyo Game Show was this weekend or this past week, and we got a lot of new trailers and things like that. I want you guys to go down in the comments. Let me know what were your favorite trailers that were announced or that were shown. If you're a DBZ player, I know they announced Android 17. I've seen a little bit of that. Not crazy excited about Android 17. I think he'll be good. I think all the characters, I enjoy playing them. I usually get whoever comes out and play them a little bit, and I enjoy them. I know a lot of people were looking forward to some more female characters. I think I kind of was too, and I never thought I would be one of those people who'd be saying that. But it looks great. That's not the issue. It looks great. It's just a matter of how do you feel about that character, or if you wanted to see another character, and if you got that character. So yeah, Android 17 was shown. You also had some new footage from Days Gone shown. Are you guys excited about that? I know the kind of hype levels have been up and down about that game as far as my understanding goes. I'm not checking for it, but it was shown and it looks good. It looks good. I probably will play it because I love games. I love playing all games and things like that. But the one that did excite me, the one that I was super duper excited for was, yes, I said super duper, was Devil May Cry 5. Now, this is a game that I've been playing for a long time. If you're one of my subscribers or if you've seen any of my videos, you know I always tell you guys, look, I've been playing games for a long time. And this is one of those games that kind of just really made me fall in love with games and gaming. Now, I think I was like in middle school or something like that. I had a friend of mine. He was like, hey, look, why don't you try this game out? It's called Devil May Cry. I had never heard of it. And if it wasn't for that gentleman, I don't remember his name. I just remember he used to put me up on all type of games. I mean, I only played like sports games back then and things like that. But he was like, listen, play this game. It's going to be great. And it was my first time playing an action game of that caliber. And it was, I think, the first time any gamers had seen a character like Dante. And that's the exciting thing about this past week. Dante was shown in the gameplay reveal. His gameplay reveal was shown. He looks amazing as far as his gameplay is concerned. Now, my next thing that I wanted to talk about was the new his new look, essentially. You know, he has a new model, new character model and things like that. I know when he was originally shown in the original gameplay reveal or the game reveal for Devil May Cry 5, there's a lot of people like, and I'm still kind of like, because I really don't know exactly what I'm looking at there, but I don't think it'll, take away anything at all from the game. I just think it's one of those things you have to get used to, and I just think it's also a product of the art style of the game and how the game looks. By the way, it looks amazing. The graphics are, out of this world. It looks like, to me, I'm not hard to please. This game looks like CGI come to life. I was still watching it, trying to figure out what exactly I was looking at, and it looks amazing. It looks fluid. I cannot wait to get my hands on it again. Devil May Cry and the Devil May Cry series has been a series I've followed for a long time. I've played all the games. I've enjoyed all the games. Yes, even Devil May Cry 2. I enjoyed that too. Not because of the story or any of that. Yes, it had all of its flaws. But I just love feeling like a badass playing as Dante. Flipping around, shooting people with ebony and ivory, doing whatever you want. And, it was just a fun time for me. But again, I try to find fun in just about any game that I play. But we're going to move on from there. Next thing that was mentioned last week was the PlayStation Classic, aka the PlayStation Mini. Now, this is obviously, they're trying to jump in and do what they saw Nintendo do with the Nintendo Mini and the Super NES Mini and the success that those consoles have had. Thing is, I don't think nobody's really checking for a PlayStation Mini like that. You know, PlayStation had a long run. PlayStation 2 had backwards compatibility, and you were able to play it, and there was no problem. So, I'm kind of whatever to it. I want you guys to let me know, what do you think about it? Are you excited about the PlayStation Classic or PlayStation Mini? The one thing I am excited about, though, I will say this. The one thing I am a little bit excited about is if a N64 Mini will be announced. Because, again, like I said, we did have the NES and the SNES Minis come out. And, you know, people are kind of expecting that N64 Mini. And I think that if that does, and as of the recording of this video, it has not been announced yet, at least not to my knowledge. But if that is announced, I think that that would be awesome. In particular, you know, just because I thought I was an N64, I was a Nintendo guy back then, back during the real console wars, not like what we have nowadays. But I was a Nintendo guy back then, and it will be cool to see kind of that rivalry come back to life. I mean, a lot of you know, older games who were born in the 80s and gamed in the 90s and gamed in the early, you know, most of our gaming experience was in the mid to late 90s and early 2000s. You know about those real console wars that they had with the commercials and all that stuff. And it was just a good time. So it'll be kind of good to see if that can be reignited. But other than that, that's really the only thing that's interesting about the PlayStation Classic being announced. Now, they did announce that 20 games will come with it. I mean, like Ridge Racer and Tekken, and I guess if you have an itch for those games and that nostalgia, then I guess it's for you. But it's just not really for me. None of those games really have that, I don't know, that replayability that I really want. Now, I know some people may be looking for like Metal Gear Solid, but again, these are games that have been re-released plenty of times that you can still play in other formats. So, you know, unlike some of the SNES and NES titles, even though some of those you were able to play on the Nintendo store and stuff like that, it just kind of had that more nostalgic feel. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about that PlayStation Classic or not? I really don't care. Now, Red Dead Redemption is one of my absolute favorite games of all times. As a matter of fact, why did I say all times? Of all time. I don't know why I put an S on that. But I digress. It's absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. And I actually put it in one of my top 5 games ever. Believe it or not, yes. Top 5 game ever. Red Dead Redemption. It has everything. Story, graphics, gameplay. I mean, you know, whatever you want, it's in that game. You know, the only thing I think that could deter people is if you don't like Westerns or whatever. But regardless of all of that, it is a great game just in general. And Red Dead Redemption 2, from all the reports that are coming out and all the things that are being said, is on pace to be just as good. If you know me, if you follow my channel for any length of time, you know I love games that allow you customization. This game is going to give you customization. It's going to give you so much details. I mean, that's been the key word. If you watch any of these videos of people who played the game, I think most of them had about 2 hours with the game. They talk about how much detail is placed into every inch of the game. The horse's testicles are detailed. It'll blow in the wind, the whole nine. But just everything from if it's cold, how your player will react. If he's tired, he'll react to being tired. And I absolutely love that because I think it just makes the game that much more engrossing and encompassing, and it draws you in. I mean, some people, there have been some talks and people say that they might be a little bit, you know, it might be a little bogged down. It might be a little tedious to have to worry about those things because it will have a kind of survivalist mechanic to it where you have to eat, you have to rest, things like that. But me personally, I love it. These are the types of games I love. Not to mention, they talk about things like if you have a shotgun, you'll be able to blow off a person's arm. What? I mean, like, this game seems like it's being made just for me and people who love games just like me. And we haven't even gotten to the graphics. You know it's going to have a great story. Rockstar usually doesn't, you know, slack on in that department when it comes to story and things like that and telling an engrossing tale. So I'm excited to hear about that. They talk about the guns. You have to take care of your guns. You can have gun degradation, even to the point that if the gun gets wet, it can degrade a little bit faster. You have to, you know, clean them and things like that. You can do tricks. Your horses can do tricks. I mean, the list goes on. I will be here. I can make a whole video, and I probably will, so stay tuned. I'll probably be making a whole video on everything that has me super hyped for Red Dead Redemption 2. But all that news that has come out has pushed my hype level to, I mean, just beyond the roof. Pushed it past 1,000. I want you guys to know, let me know in the comments below, what did you think about the news of the news about Red Dead Redemption 2 and the information that has been coming out about the game? What have you heard that has you the most excited about the game? You know, before I was kind of like, okay, it's coming out, I'm looking forward to it. But after hearing all the things that I'm hearing, like, I can't wait for this game to come. We're about a month away, and I just cannot wait for it to be released. It's going to take up all my time. I'll have plenty of more videos about it, so make sure you stay subscribed. Make sure you know, stay tuned to it. Or if you're just one of those people who like to check in and hang with me and have a talk with me, that'll work too. I don't mind. So I'm super excited about that. Those are the things I'm excited about for last week's news. Stay tuned for next Monday. We're going to be doing the same thing. I'll be taking all the news I have from this past week in gaming, and then I'll be doing it Monday morning from past weekend, so on, and we can talk about it, make a video about it, what I'm excited about, what I'm not, just to start a discourse with you all. We can get on, talk about what we like, what we want to hear, what we wanted to hear and didn't hear, all that great stuff. It's going to be a good time, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more. But as always, that's the end of the video, and I appreciate you watching greatly. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.